My neighbor has a big tractor engine on the back of his truck that he used for welding. It's kind of loud. If I'm ever up in the orchard and you hear that, it's him. Hey, since I'm up in the orchard, I wanted to show you this. See if you can see this. You see that? I have actually a few pears on this tree. This tree has only ever produced one pear that has reached maturity for me to actually harvest. Oh wow, I just about ran into, I don't know if you can see this. You see that guy hanging in there? Hey Maggie. Maggie is just such a sweet horse. I'm glad, even though it does add extra cost and effort to our farm, more work, more things that we have to learn and know about, I'm glad we got her. I was trying to figure out what I was going to share with you. Planting my potatoes for this fall, which I did. I didn't get a whole lot of video of that, but I did plant them. Thought about sharing the orchard or something in the garden, or you know, the harvest, the red peppers that are hanging on the plant. But mostly right now what I'd like to do is just reflect. I'd like to share with you some thoughts and feelings I have about this past week. If you follow along, you know that I had my farm day. Let me set up a bucket to sit on. Last week, you know, I had the farm day, and probably a lot of you are hoping that I'm done talking about it, and partially I'm hoping I'm done talking about it for a while too, but I just wanted to reflect on it because it was something that meant a lot to me. There was a lot of activity and energy put into making it happen. There's reasons why I had a farm day, and I want to share those with you and what it meant. You see, the farm day event was not just a day to have people come to the farm and hang out and buy stuff. That was not the purpose at all. There was a lot of purpose to the farm day, and one of the things was truly, oh, I just have a bee landed on the camera. Hey little guy. The original vision and heart of farm day, what I thought it should be, was that it was an opportunity for people to come to the farm and share in community. People coming together and sharing just life together for a moment, centered around something like my farm. But for me, I gotta tell you, there was a lot more to it than that. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. I'm an introvert. I don't really care to be out in public. I don't care to be on stage. I don't care to be front and center. I'm not the life of the party. I've worked really hard on this YouTube channel to sort of change how I project myself so that people will get a better understanding of my heart and my passion without all of my insecurities. And I have a lot of insecurities. As an introvert, I would rather just hang out someplace, building something, researching something, planting my garden, watching my trees grow, talking to my trees, playing with my chickens, and not mess with people really at all. When you have a passion for something and you feel like there's value in that and other people can get something out of it, then it's worth trying to break out of that shell so that you can share that passion. In my life, I have had a lot of ideas. As a creative person, my brain is always churning. I'm always thinking of something. I'm always dreaming. I'm always planning. I'm always designing. This is who I am. This is what I do. But it's not always easy for me to share those ideas and those thoughts. Over the years, as you've seen me develop these YouTube videos, some of the early ones were just terrible because I had a hard time getting over the fact that I was talking, first of all, to a mechanical device. I'm talking to a camera out here in the garden all by myself. But then when I think about that, that translates into talking to hundreds or thousands of people. And even right now, as I make that connection, talking to this camera, I can feel things just kind of heat up inside of me, like I'm getting nervous. I don't really want to do it. But I feel like there's something important to say. There's something important to share. Here's why Farm Day was important for me. I know I'm kind of beating around the bush, but Farm Day was important because I have had thousands of ideas in my life about how to share my passion with other people. Farm day was one of those ideas that I had, and I actually did it. Most of the things that I have an idea about, I don't share. I don't do because I get scared, I get nervous, I don't want to be in front of people, I don't want to talk to people. Just the idea of it scares me. So being able to accomplish something like bringing Farm Day together and watching people enjoy that experience and talk to each other and smile was huge for me. You know, many people think Farm Day was for them, and that's great. I'm glad lots of people got stuff out of it. But Farm Day was also a massive milestone for me. I needed that experience because I needed to be able to know that I could conquer my fear and do something. This week, after Farm Day, I've done a lot of reflecting, and also we've had a lot of things go on in our family, and I've had some computer problems, so I haven't created any videos. And that's been kind of a bummer because I wish that I could have maybe shared more in the moment when I was still kind of wired over doing the Farm Day. But now it's been a whole week. I've had lots of time to think about it, and I've talked about it with lots of people, and really the same thing keeps coming up. I planned it, it happened, people showed up, people had a good time, and I got over some fears. I learned that I could do something like that, and that I could be confident. I could act with my passion and make something happen. So thank you, everyone who joined me at Farm Day. Thank you so much. Everyone who just encouraged me online, thank you. It means a lot to me. That brings me to another point. I've had several people tell me that what I do here on YouTube is valuable to them in the way that they have somebody to look to because they haven't had a father, or because they haven't had that granddad that knew a lot about the farm or the gardens or just life in general. So they need somebody to share that, and I'm honored. I'm honored that those few people that have shared with me, that I am connecting with them on that level. Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you for allowing me to be in your life. There are times I wish that I could have just one or two people over here that we can talk gardens, hang out, and share that experience on a more intimate level. But I can't. I'm busy. I have the job and the family and the farm and all the things that I do. But it is cool to know that we can connect in this way. For whatever that's worth, thank you for trusting me. Thank you for allowing me to have that place of honor in your life. And just thank you for being a part of my life, my story, and my journey as well. I think I rambled enough. I'm going to show you a few things that I think is pretty exciting. I walked out of the garden and I came up here to the second berm, the second swale, which is in the swale system. You know, I have the first, second, and third swale. It goes from the garden on down to the orchard. That's where the water flows through the property and I can catch it. A few videos ago you saw where Eric and I were out here planting blackberries, and Luke and I were planting kaya on this second berm. I just want to kind of show you how those things are growing up. This is the long shot of the berm. You can see the golden rain tree in the middle. This is a blackberry. Looks like it's going to take root and grow. And there's one of the kaya. Another blackberry that has new leaves on it. And another kaya. And on down the line, blackberry, the golden rain tree. I did have one blackberry that died right here. I pulled it out. And then there's kaya and blackberry and kaya and more blackberry. So it's really exciting whenever I do something like this and it appears that it's going to work. Hopefully next season this berm is just going to be full of kaya and blackberry. This will be a place on the farm where I can go and get all kinds of greens and hopefully a lot of fruit for my family. Check the berm right in front of the mulch garden as well, because I planted a few things. That one volunteer plum tree is doing better than the one I planted. It looks beautiful. I'll show you from here. Hold on. See, Maggie's in the mulch garden trying to eat all the Bermuda grass. Thank you, Maggie. But right here, that's the volunteer plum tree. And right there, that's the little plum tree that I planted. Right over here in the corner, I actually put down some cactus. The tortoise likes to eat cactus. And then there's a kaya. And this right here is goldenrod. And it's got leaves, flowers that are going to seed. The goldenrod is a host plant for butterflies, and I'd like to start hosting more butterflies here on the farm. And here's hoping Maggie has great success getting the grass out of the mulch garden. There is something that Maggie had great success with that I'm not real happy about, and that is over here. She completely destroyed my little peach tree. You can see all the bark has been rubbed off. It's all, she just shaved it down to a nub. That spot in the orchard is gonna have to be transplanted with something else. Maybe I'll put one of my little citrus trees up here or something. And I just realized, I think I've talked enough. I'll end this video. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being patient. Right on cue. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for your grace, for your encouragement, the laughter, all of it. I'll talk to you soon.